Hello everybody and welcome back to the Limbus Company. Alrighty, the time has come once again to return to school. Yay. Alrighty, here we go. Spring cultivation. Resume. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. War Tales, understanding of city engineering and its practices, and be passionate and dream on, Fixer Tales. My thinking is, we get a lot of Yon, and Ren, actually. Then we get a lot of Z, then we get a lot of Ren, but we also get a bunch of morale back. Tiny bit less XP, but that's fine. Also, hang on, where did I don't even remember this menu. Ooh. Okay, wait. Haha, that's what I was trying to do. So, I still don't know if this is the case, but I want to believe at some point we are going to be bringing Chichun into a fight. I don't know if we are, I don't know if we're not, but we're gonna find out one way or another, because I mean, she legit has like a full build here, even a certain panic type. I don't know. I want to believe that we're going to be able to control her too, but I'm a little bit doubtful of that, so we'll just see how that goes. I was going to put on 2 for Gregor, but it didn't let me, so oh well. Also, we cannot look at Sinclair, so I'm led to believe that he's just going to be regular Sinclair. Unlike some other classes, which were more on the upbeat side of things, the room's air fell grim and solemn as soon as everyone saw what Gregor had written on the chalkboard. On war.
Losing a wing war leaves a much larger, longer-lasting impact than some medium-sized enterprise closing up shop. It might be too soon to talk about this, but we came pretty darn close to one recently, didn't we? We were this close to a large-scale war breaking out right here, which absolutely would have happened if Miss Chichun here had failed to finish her ascension. It would have spread like wildfire, too. So, my class is gonna be about what exactly happens when a war... Oh.
The piece of chalk slipped from Gregor's fingers as he went to scribble something on the board. His left hand was trembling as though the room's temperature had plummeted only for him.
Man, why's it got it? Excuse me, Miss Zelo, is it okay if I smoke?
Go ahead.
You good? Well, when else am I gonna get a chance to share the realities of war right to a Wing Chief Executive Officer's face, huh?
I like that this is probably more nerve-wracking for him than, for example, Otis. Because while they both have experience in it, Gregor's was a lot more traumatizing, I would imagine. I'd be willing to bet on that, too. Also, turning off my fan, because I realize it is pointed right at the mic. Sorry if you heard that.
The moments just don't come off your skin, no matter how hard you scrub at them.
Hey, take a break if you need it. I'm gonna listen to every word you have to say here today, no matter how long it takes.
Man, do I appreciate that sentiment. Well, still, though, I can't dilly-dally when Miss Chichun's got other stuff to deal with, huh? So, let's take a look at how things were at the very beginning of the Wing War.
Good on you, Chichun. Giving him a chance to actually, like, take his time with it, that's a very sweet sentiment. Now I know enough about urban and trench warfare to give an explanation of my own. Yippee!
And that's why the Smoke War fronts were mostly characterized by trench warfare.
No one wanted to risk fighting in concrete jungles where they could be surrounded by enemies at all times. So everyone tried to draw each other out into an open field battle, which naturally turned into trench warfare.
Of course, every wing has a different singularity, so this isn't really applicable to all cases. It's just that the former G-Corp found flat plains easier to maneuver in.
I feel like Dongyuan could make a pretty good use of Hangyuan as a defensive fortress, especially with its internal structure constantly shifting around, which the Haishu know and use very well.
Exactly. It should explain why they were hesitating outside Dongyuan. Remember the thumb, fellas? The one who we met who were going in circles?
Not to mention how the Haishu all utilize the topography of Hangyuan differently. Even if an outsider were to get the read on how one of the branches maneuver around Hangyuan, as long as the 12 Haishu branches are standing, Hangyuan is unassailable.
Well, despite going into all that, I'm sure we all know that what the best answer in all warfare is.
Not having a war in the first place. I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about some of the stories you've been telling us. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to have to not only witness it, but go through all of that.
We did visit your fathoms, Gregor, but that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg.
The city was devoured in smoke, its citizens in madness. He'd always shrug off those stories and ramblings of the past, but during the war, he stood at the center of the heartless machine that was a city. Its every gear calibrated to slaughterhouse precision to maximize the death of its people. There, he must have witnessed things far worse than the worst the city presently had to offer. His eyes gazed beyond the veil of the bygone past, shaking restlessly in pursuit of what was no more.
Oh boy. Sorry, fellas. I'm afraid I got carried away lamenting what happened, that I forgot this was supposed to be a class. I'll be sure to prep something more useful next time.
No. Everything you told me really solidified my resolve. This chaos within Hangyuan needs to come to an end soon, lest something so horrible could happen. I'm heading to my next class.
Wait for me!
Even after the two students had left, Gregor lingered in that room for a while, lighting up cigarette after cigarette without erasing what he wrote on the chalkboard. Smoke soon filled the room. He left only after almost emptying the entire pack. On to something much happier! Faust exploding! We managed to learn various detailed mechanical fundamentals about the old H-Corp technology. Yippee! And now... By the way, class success rate plus 40%. Does that mean that there's a chance that classes just don't work? Time certainly flies when you hear the tales of exciting adventures. That's worrying. Oh, hello. Alright. We're gonna go full learning this time. We are bringing Gregor, we're bringing Faust, and of course, we're bringing Honglu. Oh, he even brought Dayu. Aw. How are classes going, Chichun? I'm not you, big bro. I pay attention in class.
Oh, hello, Miss Dayu.
She was really insistent on helping me out, even though I refused because she looked preoccupied. The moment I found out about the content of his lesson plan, I simply could not allow him to do this alone. Looks like it's gonna be another serious class. Apologies for the delayed greetings. Dayu of the Lin family formally extends her greetings to the venerable hierarch. Been a while since I heard that greeting around here. Wait, what about Big Sis Bao Chai? Ooh, still can't say her name right. Ah! You know what? Alright. Look, I know my pronunciations are straight up bad, but at least I try. At least I give it an honest attempt, right? You can't take that away from me. I try. What about Big Sis Bao Chai? I was even told how to pronounce that. Whatever.
Are you sure it's okay for his Wei family bodyguard to be here? I am no longer employed as Miss Baochai's guard. Wait, don't tell me we got you Everything I did that day, including accompanying you, was under Miss Baochai's orders. As for why she no longer needed my services, I don't understand myself. She suddenly let me go after the trouble was over.
Ooh. Well, we know why.
That's 'cause she was blackmailed.
That's also the only reason she didn't raise her hand in protest.
So, what's there for you to teach me, big bro? Your last lesson plan about not making things awkward got vetoed by Zilu, so
I saw Vito and Zilu, and I just kind of combined them.
you could have taught me a thing or two if we were still kids, but come on. You spent most of your time stuck in Yi Hongyuan before leaving Hongyuan. I don't know what you could possibly have to teach me.
Don't you worry, Chichun. This is the one thing I think I'm pretty good at. My lesson for Chinchun and Sinclair is... In clear, neat handwriting, Honglu wrote Surviving Hongyuan on the chalkboard.
Oh. Well, I don't think I need any help in that department from you. Look, I know you've had your share of assassination attempts, big bro, but Jiamu, I mean the previous hierarch, and the elders' favor sheltered you from the worst of it. She's not wrong. Back when we had to fight our way through a bunch of sweepers, weren't you also one of the handful who got assassinated?
Oh, that? I was wandering the hallways because I felt like something was off about my room. Until Dante told us all to go back to our rooms, of course.
Oh, so it's my fault! Wait, it was my fault?
You do have some intuition, I'll give you that.
Looks like I'm going to have to prove myself. Dayu, would you mind preparing the thing?
You have my utmost faith, but please do practice caution.
Sometime later, Lin Dayu appeared with 4 bowls splishing with tea before sprinkling some powder into one of them.
What's that? That's powdered wolfsbane. I see where this is going. You're gonna teach me how to tell which of these bowls contain poison, right? You can stop now. I learned to recognize infamous poisons like wolfbane when I was 7. If it was something as tame as what you are suggesting, Venerable Hierarch, I would not have been here to accompany him.
Lin Dayu continued her process, sprinkling wolfsbane powder into 2 more bowls. Hong Lu, who was watching that with an oddly contented expression, closed his eyes. Please mix them up, Dayu.
Okay. Wait, what?
We stared in confusion, but we could hardly tell what was going on with the speed at which Dayu swapped around the bowls. When we looked back at Hong Lu, there were 3 silver spoons in his hand.
Those silver spoons were custom made at Danyuan's request. A must-have item for children of the 4 great houses. They can detect non-sulfuric poison as well. Yeah, I know. They're actually... Ugh. Actually what? It's nothing.
In Hongyuan, where we are beset by threats of assassination from all directions, knowledge alone isn't enough to save you.
What the heck are you...
But Hong Lu opens his eyes before Chichun can finish her sentence. Then he throws the silver spoons in his hands like throwing pins towards 3 of the bowls, and immediately chugs the 4th bowl, which he hadn't thrown a spoon at.
Huh, holy crap, are you insane? You barely even checked them for...
Zyron's new air tea is always delicious, even when cooled. The 3 silver spoons Honglu had cast earlier were slowly melting away after quickly becoming tarnished black.
Is wolfsbane poison supposed to melt through metal?
People like to be thorough with their poisons in Dongyuan. Since everyone's been trained for immunity since childhood, you have to make a mixture of various poisons to have a real effect.
Fine. I don't even want to argue. What's your secret? I want to know too. Do they sound different or something?
I just went with my hunch. That is crazy.
Just a hunch? How are we supposed to learn that? We're not Heathcliff, you know.
You'll get the hang of it after a few tries. I'll help you out. Shall we begin with 2 bowls? I like how he's just throwing them over and over. I saw right through every assassination method Honglu prepared, yeah. Against us. Okay, ton of experience.
I see. When you say you just avoided whatever felt wrong with a hunch, you were reflexively identifying the threat by reading the room and connecting it to your intuitive experiences. Aha! You were missing Miss Dayu's anxious breathing to clue you in. So this is how you managed to survive for so long.
And also a clock. Listen carefully, Chichun. I know that the adepts of each Haishu will come to your aid with the flick of your wrist. And I know that your residence, I'm not even gonna try, will be engineered by the best craftsmen to become a safe fortress, stocked to the brim with all kinds of useful boluses to protect your life. Even still, there will come a day when you start to feel this creeping sensation whose origin you can't identify. And when it does, I hope you won't brush off that sensation as nothing.
You're worrying over nothing.
Chichun whipped around away from Honglu as if to express dissatisfaction, but her softened expression told me that she was glad to see him worried. How sweet. See, she just pretends not to care. You managed to recreate the model of a machine. Cool. Sorry. Ooh, class understanding has leveled up to expert. Nice! Okay, War Tales. Now I know enough about urban and trench warfare to give an explanation of my own. Okay, ton of XP. Very good. I gotta get ready for their voices again. Oh my.
Every 6 days, you will be subject to midterms, prepared by the Board of Directors, Jia Yanshun. A palanquin has been prepared to take you to the exam site, and only by passing the tests may Jia Chichun retain her status as the family hierarch.
My lady.
Oh, don't worry yourself over much, Master Wei. You sound like you're at a funeral. She will pass these tests with ease, as long as she has been diligently taking her classes.
No, it's... I simply hope I can survive until she returns. It seemed that Wei's rather funeral voice wasn't just out of his concern for Chichun.
Wei, are you sure you're okay?
I can't escape them. Even in dreams, the unfinished bundles of paperwork cascading over me like a storm, burying me.
Steel yourself, for that was no dream at all. In fact, never have I once seen paperwork trained in the arts of airwalking until now. I must be severely sleep-deprived.
Looks like we're not the only ones going through the ringer. That's interesting. Okay. Chichun gained 1 defense level, and your passive has improved, and your slash resistance has gotten better. Nice. Now, you said a passive got better. I think it's this one? Or it's this one. Inflict. Ooh, clash power. Defense level up. Okay. Alright. Oh, good.
Hey, you're one of the she boys.
Huh, we finally meet! I had hoped to fight you in the family hierarch war! If you'd run into me then!
Isn't this supposed to be a sparring match? Why does it sound like you have a personal grudge against me?
Oh,
Because if you remember from like a minute ago, Yan Chun is the one who set these up, so she's bringing people who want you dead.
oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all! Why in the world would I ever hold a grudge against you? The results of the family hierarch war couldn't be any clearer. And everyone even remotely connected to the mess hall has all been dragged away and put under investigation. And hey, guess what? They dragged away half of my family, which means more room for me. I should really thank you, right? Honestly, why don't you just declare a war against the Shi family at this point? Wouldn't that be much easier?
War's not easy. It never is.
What do you want about all of a sudden?
It's not something we should be talking so lightly about, even as a joke. Your family was arrested because they are under investigation for treason against Dong Yuan. If they're innocent, I'm sure they'll be released soon enough.
I know it's pretty much a given they'll all be ruled out as guilty, regardless of what really happened. You know I can't even pay them a visit because you've hidden their cells all over Hanyuan.
I think I've nailed his voice, I gotta tell you. They're not hidden. All holding cells within Hanyuan have always been designed to move around in very short intervals. You know, that does seem like the kind of design that would lead people to make some unfortunate assumptions. Though I'm sure the initial purpose was to prevent escapes. I recently gained a better understanding of Hanyuan's structure, so we're planning to change our policies so that prisoners still on trial are allowed to have fixed locations.
Really? Where'd you...
I was lucky enough to take a few excellent classes recently. Managed to reflect upon myself a bit, too.
Huh. You did change a little. Still, you better not expect me to go easy on you. I've got my own things to take care of.
Good. Come on, let's do this. Many illustrious fixers of the past have said that naught but disparagement awaits unjust victories. Oh, we do get the controller! I'm so happy. She only has one move, though. Oh, okay, she's doing... Okay, we don't get the controller. Alright, fine, fair enough. Alright, well, I'm gonna go through what she's got.
Crimson Strike.
On use, if target has 5+ types of negative effects, clash power +1. On use, base power +1 for every 3 rupture on the target, max of 2. On hit, inflict 2 rupture count. Heads hit, gain 1 offense level up next turn. And then do it again. Crimson Phoenix. On use, if target has 5+ types of negative effects, coin power +1. On use, coin power +1 for every 6 rupture on the target, up to 2. On hit, inflict +1 rupture count, inflict 3 defense level down. Then do the same, but gain offense level next turn. On hit, gain +1 poise count, gain poise equal to rupture on the target, up to 5. Heads hit, gain 3 poise next turn. Then gain poise count equal to rupture count on target next turn, up to 2. You deal 50% more damage on critical hit. On crit kill fail against enemy, you inflict +2 rupture count. And if we crit kill an enemy, we gain 3 offense level up next turn. Then, Crimson Spring, which is what she's about to do right now. Gain +1 attack weight for every 4 types of negative effects on the target, up to 2. Wow, so you can hit up to 3 people with that. On use, if target has 5+ types of negative effects, base power +5. And if they have 15 or more rupture and rupture count, coin power +5 as well. On clash win, inflict 2 rupture count. On hit, inflict 7 bleed. Deal 200% more damage on crit. No. Well, yes. But then on crit, inflict +3 bleed count. And gain 2 poise and +1 poise count. Adept evasion. On evade, gain poise up to 3 times. Then for her passives. Bursting Strike, Breathing Siphon. On kill with this unit's attack skill, gain poise equal to rupture on the target up to 5. Ba Jiao Banana Bolus. Inflict +1 more rupture potency or rupture count 2 times per turn if this unit's offense level is higher than the target's clash power +1. And Jin Gang Bolus. On clash lose, gain 1 protection and defense level up 2 times per turn. And then Panic type. Low morale, we gain 1 damage up. And Panic, we gain 1 damage up and 2 clash power next turn. Alright, do your thing. Oh, and we'll look at what he has too. Okay, good start. As for what he has, on use, consume 5 charge count to gain final power +1 up to 2. On use, gain 2 charge count. On hit, gain +2 charge count. On hit, inflict 4 rupture. Charge Blade Style Wind-Up Slash. Consumes 5 charge count to gain clash power +1 up to 2. On use, gain 5 charge count. On hit, it gain 2 charge count and inflict 3 rupture. Then, do the same, but with +2 rupture count. Charge Blade Style Crushing Slice. Unbreakable coins. On use, consume 5 charge count to gain coin power +1 up to 2. If this unit consumed 5+, inflict +2 more rupture. If this unit consumed 10+ rupture count, inflict +3 rupture count. At 5 to 9 charge count, gain 2 13 minus current charge count rupture to raise this unit's charge count to 10. If you lose a clash, you deal 75% less damage and cannot stagger. On hit, inflict 2 rupture, inflict 2 more if it doesn't crack, inflict 3, but inflict 2 count if it doesn't crack. And on hit, inflict gluttony damage equal to rupture potency on the target, then reduce target's rupture count by 1, max of 30 gluttony damage. And on hit, inflict +2 rupture count for every 5 charge count consumed on use. Charge Blade Style Flowing Slash. On use, gain +5 charge count. On hit, inflict 2 rupture and 2 rupture count. Then, for passives, Charge Circuitry Activation. Deal 5% more damage for every 6 rupture on the target, max of 10%. Panic Recovery, fixed panic type. Sparring Complete. Ends the encounter when this unit's HP drops below 20%. She Family Charge Circuitry, we know what that is. These engravings. At 7+ charge, gain defense level down and 3 damage up next turn. Your shabby weapons are incomparable to mine. If this unit inflicted 4 or more rupture during this turn, gain 3 charge count at turn end, once per turn.
Is that all you've got?
Gain damage up for every charge on self. Yikes. And then you inflict a bunch of fragile to yourself. Alright. Good stuff. Bink, bink. 2 offense level up. That means we gain a little bit more power. Ooh. Okay, losing that is a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. You're going for a dodge. That's not terrible. I wish that I could change what you're doing, though, but hey. Okay. I will say, a little bit of a weird feeling, just kind of having to watch what she's doing and not actually being able to affect anything. Maybe that's something we can do later, but for the moment it is a little bit awkward, and she is kind of losing her edge. She is dominating, though, and he has a lot of rupture, so actually she is going to gain a little bit of extra coin power here. Okay. Good stuff. Heads hits. Yeah, heads all the way around. Dodge for a little bit of poise might come into play. Although, dang, that's actually a pretty good crit damage, though. Ooh, we do take a nasty riposte, though. I'm sure she's got it. Okay, about to get a stagger. Oh, she gets staggered at first, though. Oh, she's in trouble here. Yikes. Well, she's dead. Huh. Oh, that's not very fun. So, it's literally just RNG, good luck, hope she wins clashes? Oh my god. See, okay, that's odd. That's very oddly designed, sure. So we just keep retrying until she wins? That's... it's my first question mark of this chapter so far. And this time, she wins. Nice. RNG was in our favor this time. Alright, well. Yeah, kinda, I hope that's not the case with every single one of these fights, because that's kinda boring. If we just have to watch her fight and literally hope that she wins every time, then... I don't know, I don't think we'll see.
Good for you. You won. Now stop giving me that look and get out of here.
You lost most of your clan during the family hierarch war, didn't you?
Yeah, so what? Are you calling me a penniless loser?
Yeah.
You little...
And I'm sure that's what I look like to you, too. I don't want your... Sorry. Every clan member who died in the evaluation to have died for nothing. If I show weakness, that means I'm making everyone who participated in the evaluation look weak. So I'm going to win. And I'm going to win without the fertile soil of my predecessors that have been left behind. Because their legacy was unjustly nourished by the blood and tears of Han Yuan itself. She Huazin. Huazin? You are tenacious, determined, and strong of will. That must be why everyone stood by you, down to the last man.
You knew my name? Ma'am?
I do. So, what do you think? Want to make them sing your name and glory for the remaining history of Han Yuan?
Well, considering that, Hong Lu literally couldn't, that's probably a really big deal to him. We're gonna try and level up all of our novice people, because, I mean, hey, that just seems like the right play. We need a lot of young, which it seems like Ishmael's very, very good at, so let's keep doing what she's doing.
Heard you managed to come out on top in your first sparring match. Congrats. Thanks. I gotta admit, your classes are definitely coming in handy. I like your attitude. Well, shall we take a look at what I prepared for today? You're teaching about exploring. Huh? It's gonna be an indoor class? Yep. Exploring. Where should I begin? It's a very big subject. Free soloing to the top of the highest building in Hangyuan. Surviving 10 days in Hangyuan backstreets with only 3 items. I had plenty of ideas, but most of them got denied. And rightly so. And that's when I realized that exploring isn't always limited to adventures in the physical space.
A few weeks ago.
So I'm just here to fill in, since this game needs a certain number of players, but... Really? Can you really call this tabletop game an adventure? Yet, in games of make-believe, any simulacra can be made as real as... Ah, what a move. Oh, nice. I'm gonna roll for damage.
Gah! Young Ishmael, thou hast absolutely pummeled the Gorgon beast with thy fireball spell, rendering it most crispy.
It was a formidable foe. That was wonderfully executed, Miss Ishmael. Really? Well then, as my next move... And that's how you came up with this? I played a few other games, but this is new for me, too. Still pretty new in general, I guess.
This is called Jonghu Journeys, or J&J. It's a popular game among Han Yuan's youth. It's gotten generally positive reviews, too. What Ishmael so proudly presented before everyone appeared to be a board game, with numerous cards and minifigures. J&J, oh my god, it's D&D. She's having her play D&D for a... yeah, alright. Okay. What do these huge piles of papers have to do with exploration? Exploration? No. That's your character. Rule number 1. The most experienced player among those gathered becomes the GM. No, the JM. GIF and GIF. Haha. JM. The JM? Yeah, Journey Master. The Journey Master designs a story around the player's choices, sets the stage for what happens next, and generally helps guide the explorers to safely arrive at their goals. That's why the most experienced player takes that role. Which would be me. Wiz, Stir, Dex. Each character seem to have these things called stats. Ah, looks like we just have to pick from a pre-made character from this one. So, I'm supposed to be playing this character's role? Sinclair and Chichun picked up their cards with confusion clear in their eyes. Oh! No! I can't do this! No. You can't make me the JM! No. I'm just playing. Just please don't make us go through our whole adventures. I don't know if I can do Ishmael's voice for that long. You arrive at the great city of Yanyun, a place known to be the gathering hub for all kinds of influential people. You traveled here in search of a legendary treasure called, the Tianya Sword. The city of Yanyun, huh? Cool. So why are we looking for that sword again? It's because, so there's this legend in Yanyun about how, the sort of, right, the Tianya sword is the only way to quell the chaos of these lands and bring peace to its people, and also about how having that sword is the proof of the true leader of these lands, and so on and so forth, you know. Ishmael was stuttering and stammering through the introduction without her usual confidence. I see. This city called Yanyun must be in a lot of trouble too. Seemingly affected by the oddly familiar setting of the story, Chichu nodded solemnly without noticing Ishmael stumbling through the introduction. Well, you know how it is. The point is, you guys need to go find that sword. Then I will claim the Tianya sword, no matter what it costs me. Chichu nods with determination. Okay. What a wonderful adventure that was. I'm so excited for our next session. I mean class! Nice. Hey, that gave us 27 yang. That's pretty good. From the rumors you've gathered, it seems that the Kazan Keep might have heard of the whereabouts of that sword. What will you do? I walk up to the Kazan Keep, chat him up, and try to gain his trust. Are you sure? Remember, your whiz is extremely low right now, which means that you'll find it hard to form even the simplest sentences. Wouldn't that be cur?
Actually, Ishmael, wouldn't that be charisma? Oh, actually, wait a minute. Sinclair, pray tell, using some kind of psychic link in order to communicate telepathically? In that case, your charisma would actually be replaced by your whiz. You also gain a +1 because technically the excess of charisma is just
Dude, that's how D&D games can go sometimes, though. Like, I'm not saying that any that I've been in have gone that way, but dudes, people are extreme about D&D, which is a good thing. If you're passionate about it, that's fantastic. It's very, very funny to hear, like, from the outside, people who are super into it. And it's like, I don't know what you're saying, brother.
What if I found a different way to gain the Kazan Keep's trust that doesn't involve sweet-talking him? I do have a pretty high store stat, which should give me access to certain alternative methods of persuasion that doesn't require skill in speechcraft. Hold on. I'll try to convince the Kazan Keep. I think I've got a decent chance at this. My whiz is pretty high. And you pass a check. The Kazan Keep looks at you, having lowered his guard. Oh, not you, Sinclair. He's still pretty wary of you. Okay, then. I guess I'll just stand in the corner over there, unsheath my weapon, and play around with it for a bit. That's what he expects me to do anyway, isn't it?
You're just role-playing Heathcliff now, aren't you?
Cute. Kazan Keep shares some information about the sword he heard. He explains that the party should seek northeast towards Yinzi Mountain. But, what's this? Tears begin to well in the Kazan Keep's eyes as he continues to explain. Apparently, a patrolling guard beat his son pretty badly, just for loitering around the guard. The wound is pretty severe, so he needs medicine, but he can't seem to find any. Oh no! That's too bad, but we've got a job to do. Since we have what we came here for, we leave the Kazan. Well, they say the jams aren't supposed to interfere with the players' choices, but let's be honest, I would have made the same choice. You can't stop and help out for every little side quest when there's a whole lot of adventure to go through. No, we're not leaving. I'm gonna get him that medicine. What?
After a few turns of various trials and tribulations for Sinclair,
The Kazan Keep's son, who fortunately was able to recover, hears your story and hesitantly shares what he knows. You realize that he's talking about the fairy Yao Guai, guardian of the Tianya sword. He explains that the fairy Yao Guai's power grows under bright moonlight.
Hold on, isn't it a full moon right now? Then we should wait until the sky's overcast.
Hearing that, the innkeeper's son takes a quick look at the clouds and tells you it might be raining in about a week. Glad we helped him out. Whew, okay. Let's make sure we're prepared before we go.
Oh, that's cute. That's very... Literally just playing J&J. Well, from the looks of things, they found the sword. I'm also gonna guess that this one is... Nah, you know what? I bet you the blue one is Chichun's, and the gold one here is Sinclair's. And this is probably the fairy Yao Guai they were talking about, even though it looks like a dragon to me, but, you know, whatever.
You're gonna have to roll 15 or higher to hit. I know. I'm focused. Hey, I rolled a 16. With a final singular strike from Jia Chichun, the fairy Yao Guai finally falls to the ground, defeated. Yes, the Tianya sword is ours!
But it's cursed, so if you pick it up, you instantly die, and the other has to retrieve it.
Excited, the party runs up to the sword embedded deep into the earth and grabs enthusiastically upon the hilt.
With this, we can...
However...
I knew it. It's never that simple. Come on.
The defeated fairy Yao Guai, whom the party assumed was dead, suddenly jumps to its feet and lunges at Chichun, who just pulled the sword from the ground.
No! I quickly get between Chichun and the monster. But if that crits, you're gonna be pretty deadly. It's gonna be pretty deadly, even for you.
Oh, so he is the one with the shield. Ha ha ha, I guessed it. He's the tank.
Let's see if you can make the invasion save. 1, and another 1. Nope, that's a critical fail.
It's okay.
Sinclair falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wound. The Algrai lies still as well, the final vestiges of its strength completely spent.
Did you put fake blood on yourself? Oh, or was it... or was it Ishmael who just, like, flicked it at you? It could have been that.
Sinclair! Go on without me. Take that sword and go down to the village. Become the leader they need. That sword as your proof. No. This sword wouldn't mean anything without my adventuring buddy. I'm gonna bandage Sinclair up and carry him back. I won't leave him behind to descend the mountain all on my own.
Wait, if that's your choice, then, yeah, the bleeding stops as soon as you wrap him up. He's just that sturdy, you know? That strike would have killed pretty much anyone, but you know how healthy he is.
On your feet, Sinclair. We're getting out of here together. Grab onto my shoulder. That's it, step by step. Hey, Chichun, look over there. Everyone we'd helped and saved on our journeys come out to welcome us home. You're right, if it weren't for you. If it weren't for you, Sinclair, I never would have stopped and talked to every single villager there. To hear their troubles.
Man, these sessions must be, like, actually full-on days long.
The sword was only a symbol all along. All of our efforts and the experiences we gained in our journey for the sword were what taught me how to be a good leader, not the sword itself.
You're right. The real success of this adventure was everyone's efforts along the way.
It definitely wasn't me changing the plan right in the middle of things, just like I'm sure a lot of DMs do.
I feel like the game overtook the class at some point along the way. Nice! Now we're moving on! Yippee! Look at all those stats! Okay, we got expert, sponge. I had a so-so time with the repetitive practices on looking for tells. Interesting. There it is. That one wasn't a success. I see. Okay. Okay, I gotcha. So there is a small chance that we fail. Got it. That's good to know. Chichun gained an offense level, Crimson Phoenix skill improved, gained a level, and slash resistance has improved even further. So now we're taking normal damage from just about everything. Also, Crimson... Is it this one or is it this one? It was Crimson Phoenix, right? Or was it a passive? I don't know, something, it was one of them. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Boom, boom. Let's get them leveled up, and then let's bring Dawn. Actually, there we go. Let's bring Dawn. That way we can get our morale back up, because it's not looking too hot right now. Okay, another game of J&J. I had a so-so time with today's adventure. Ooh, that one didn't go so good either. Yikes. Okay, well, you know what? Exciting adventures. We're feeling better. We're back into tip-top shape. Good. Maybe now we can actually study a bit more effectively. Yeah, there we go. I managed to tell the difference between the bowls by reading Hong Lu and Daeyu's subtle tells. Good stuff. So okay. So it's doubled if it succeeds. Okay. I think. Also, Honglu has gone up to expert. Good stuff. Slash resist has gone... Ooh, wow. Okay, so we're only taking, or rather, we're taking a quarter less damage. Okay, cool. Interestingly, Mersault is already an expert, and he raises our morale. That is very noteworthy. Okay, you know what? Let's get some more Z. I would like more Yang. Actually, you know what? Let's bring Gregor back into the mix. Why not? +7? Yeah. And then we'll do Faust next time.
In regards to every activity, involvement of unnecessary emotions and personal judgment is to be wasteful.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that.
Then I will share an excerpt from Sinclair's exchange with the manager 32 days ago. Begin quote.
Huh? 32 days ago? What?
Excuse me, Dante. I'm sorry to, ask you this, but most of us are fatally wounded, so can you please turn the clock just one more time? End quote.
I like how he even had the face. You gotta give it to him. He did it.
Unnecessary interjections weigh down your request.
Wow. That's pretty bad. Did I really stutter that badly?
It is a waste of time to involve emotions when delivering unfavorable news. The same message could have been delivered with merely 2 words. We failed. Let us commence field practice. Do not ask me a single question for the next 5 minutes.
Huh? Well, okay, sure. Seems easy enough.
Suddenly, Mersault let out a cry as he clutched his chest, then fell to the floor. Immediately lost. Are you okay? Mersault, you okay? His eyes snapped open.
Task failed. 5 minutes have not passed.
That's brutal. That is so brutal, dude. Who's gonna think that Mersault's gonna do that? Like, the most stoic boy here suddenly goes, ugh, and pretends to die. Like, of course, I think even Heathcliff would ask about that one. You're cheating.
This reminds me of the incident Sinclair had so desperately wished to hide.
What? The what who wished to what?
Despite your belief that no one would ever find out your secret, there was one person who got to the bottom of the incident.
Come on, just what did you see?
Failed again.
That's so brutal, bro. Took the class. Yeah, that's Mersault. I'm gonna turn my fan back on, by the way, sorry. That is so funny. He's like, no, failure. All stats +1 is interesting. So instead of +5, we get +6, I guess? Oh, and another +1. Okay. Oh, so we get +2. So it would have been +4. Okay. Worked with Sinclair to come up with creative solutions to all kinds of trials we faced in the adventure. +5, +19, and +5. Wow, look at that. Starting to look good. Also, you are now expert. Oh, and if we do Gregor Mersault, we get 20 morale. Okay, alright, I'm seeing it. Now I know enough about urban and trench warfare to give an explanation of my own. Yippee! Nice. Chichun gained 60 max HP, Crimson Spring has improved, and now we're only taking half slash damage. So here's what we're gonna do. +11, +7, +11. Our morale is about to absolutely tank, but I think it's worth it. Also, do we know? 9 to 5. Oh no. Let's see. Oh man, there's a lot of combos here. 20 morale restored. Alright, let's try this one. Let's try it. Prep time, +1, cool. Plus 23 young, alright. That's what we like to see. Good balanced stats. Manage to understand the troubles most foot soldiers go through and learn to get a better idea of the flow of a battlefield. Plus 21 to both of the bottom ones. And with Faust, we get plus 22. Look at that. 222, 227, and 337. Oh, we're gonna get 1,000 and everything in no time. Gia Chichun, min and max speed +1, Crimson Strike has improved, and Crimson Phoenix Strike has improved, and we also gained 1 level. Oh, okay, I see. Third form Blaze. That's because this is upgraded twice. Okay. +2 burn count, +2 burn count. Gain poise based on rupture and burn count. Cool. And second form Passion. Seemingly just more bleed. Okay, cool. And then this one is the same.
Alright, yeah, why not?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Actually, you know what? Hang on, I'm gonna change the order. Yeah, let's do it like this. Okay, so -8 from Otis, plus 40 from Mersault, and then -8 from Faust. So this should keep our morale in a relatively good spot, I think. Yeah, we should be alright.
Attention! Today's lesson will cover intelligence acquisition. In other words, men, you will learn how to gain information from people.
Hey, I'm pretty good at that. You just have to turn them to your side. By being generous with my spending, by setting a good example as a superior, they'll eventually open up.
Foolishness!
Eh?
That is among the worst strategies I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. Do you not see how wasteful it is to spend the limited military budget? How wasteful it is to spend so much precious time trying to butter them over? The most efficient means of obtaining intelligence is torture.
Torture? I'd say that's the worst strategy I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. I'd rather not waste my clan's strength on something so utterly useless like that. Besides, if you end up accidentally killing them...
Foolishness! Foolishness!
Jeez, can you stop saying that word?
How simplistic and disappointing.
She stopped using the word.
Your imagination falls short if that is all you can think of when you hear the word torture. Then, this unit!
This isn't exactly a military unit.
Then, this Hong Yuan may indeed be beyond your ability to lead.
Well, I'm waiting. Get on with your lesson.
The mention of Hong Yuan seemed to put Chichun in a thoughtful mood. She stopped arguing and began focusing on class.
The most effective method of torture isn't physical. Things like waterboarding, electrocution, are all inferior.
I'm just gonna let this sit for a moment, you know, just... Otis fans, this your girl?
Today you will learn the torture... Today, you will learn the torture of language. With this method, you will always find the answer you want. Use speechcraft to entrap their minds. Slowly constrict around them. And let them take their brief sighs of relief every time they give you an answer. That, cadets, is what you will be learning today. To your positions, cadets!
No, Sinclair. Learn some threats and intimidating expressions I could use to frighten the target. Cool, I think. Also, we got 20 morale restored for that. Cool. Took the class. Okay, even more stats. We are just approaching 300 for everything. Then we go inside. Cool. We managed to recreate a model. Wow, 33Z. Very good. Alright, we got another fight coming up. So is this just gonna be another RNG fest?
So, I hear you've defeated Shi Huazhen. You would do best not to let that get to your head. He's always been our family's greatest shame.
Hey, watch yourself. Haven't you learned not to underestimate the family underdogs?
What?
Oh, you don't know. You see, I managed to talk Shi Huazin into, you know.
What? No, it can't be. He cannot have spilled the beans on my parents'.
My men are already on their way.
But how did you know that it was Block 32? I barely managed to get them a hiding spot there.
Oh, so it's Block 32.
Did you just...
I did. Huh. That was way easier than it was during class.
I've heard stories about how you've changed. I didn't know you were changed into such a heartless woman. Say something, dang it! Don't just stand there completely expressionless and... Oh, I see. You won't be shaken by silly little things like this, is that it? That may befit the seat of the hierarch. However, a leader who responds with silence to their inferiors, a leader who considers them only disposable tools, is bound to rot.
Isn't that what you were doing? From memory, like, isn't that the exact same thing that you were doing?
Sijing, refuse to let someone so unqualified, such as yourself, retain power.
Alright, well, we're rooting for you. I sure hope that you win these clashes. Also, Charge Fist Style, Face Off. Find a power +1 for every 4 rupture on the target, max of 2. On use, gain 3 charge count. On hit, gain 3 more charge count. And on hit, inflict 3 rupture. Charge Fist Style, Roundhouse Punch. On use, Final Power +1 for every 5 rupture on the target, max of 2. Consume 5 charge count to gain Final Power +1 at 5 to 9 charge count. Gain 2, 13 minus current charge count, rupture potency to raise rupture charge count to 10 once per turn. And on use, gain 5 charge count. On hit, gain 5 more. On hit, inflict 3 rupture. And at 2+ charge, inflict 2 more rupture. Charge Fist Style, Destroy. Find a power +1 for every 6 rupture on the target, max of 2. Consume 5 charge count to gain coin power +1 up to 3 times. If this unit consumes 5+ charge count, inflict +2 more rupture. Then if this unit consumes 10+ charge count, inflict 3 rupture count. On Clash Lose, deal 80% less damage. On hit, gain 5 charge count, inflict 3 rupture, and if you consume charge count, inflict 10 Omen Talisman, which is the whole big boy damage. You know it. If you consume 10+, inflict, charge count consume -10, rupture count as well. On hit, gain 5 charge count, and remove all Omen Talisman on target, which is big damage. On hit without cracking, if this unit consumes 5+ charge count on use, inflict 10 more Omen Talisman. But if you win the clash, if this unit can send... Oh, I see. So it's like big damage, yeah. Charge Fist Style, Rhythm Matching. On use, gain +5 charge count. On hit, inflict 3 rupture. On hit, reduce Omen Talisman on target by 3. Ends encounter when you drop below 20%, panic, whatever. Reversed Circuitry. At less than 10 charge, consume 5% HP on self to gain +5 charge count. At 15+ charge count, consume 5 to heal 5% on self. We already know what this one does. That one... Okay. Well, good luck. Sure hope you win these clashes. Oh, you're talking now. You didn't talk last time. All right. Big damage. Hit him hard. We have 0 poise count, so a little unfortunate there, but that's fine. Ouch. Okay, he does recover a little bit of health, but that's fine. You are currently above him as far as offense level goes, so you're all but guaranteed to win these clashes. Plus a little bit more offense level up next turn. Ouch. Counter damage is a little bit scary, but here comes the big burn. Cool.
Alright, get him! Get him!
So technically it has 3 effects, so it's not going to deal any extra effects, but that's fine. Big damage is all we need. Plus you're inflicting quite a bit of burn as well. Ah. Nice. Didn't crit, so no 200% extra damage for us, but whatever, he is going to get some unbreakable coin value, unless... She would have had to do like 200 damage or something crazy. 11 damage in return, but we get to hit him again. And we still don't crit. Okay, now his clash power up. We're favored with mostly everything, so we'll just hope that that's good enough. Okay, a little bit of extra fragile from the same passive. Ooh, we're getting close to being staggered, but Gia wins the fight. Nice.
Dang it. I was so close.
Did you ever really take the time to think about what might happen if Big Sister Yanchun actually gained control of Hanyuan? Sure, it's gonna be all buddy-buddy at first. She's going to acknowledge the authority of the board of directors, butter you up, and compensate you for your efforts. But soon, you're gonna see people from other nests coming in here and taking up administrative positions under the guise of advisors. And it's the small families and clans that are going to suffer first. And when that time comes, I bet you'll be saying the same thing then. I was so close. It's going to be a while before other members of your family are let go. You know this already. They committed treason, thinking they were piggybacking off Big Sister Yanchun's forces, when in reality she had already discarded them even before it began. She's made sure that nothing about this treason's going to stick to her.
Mother. Father.
Now, let's think about this carefully. About Jia Yanchun's vision for Dong Yuan. Will it be more H Corp or Q Corp?
I see the point you're making. But you've not given us any reason to trust you, either. What guarantee do I have that you won't just toss us aside when we're no longer useful?
So, about that hiding place where you put your parents you just accidentally let slip? I'd known their whereabouts for a while, actually. My High Shu had identified their location long ago, but I didn't do anything because there wasn't any evidence that pointed to your parents' involvement.
Is that true?
Oh, just how low is your opinion of the hierarch? Big Sister Yanchun made a big show of her own influence at the assembly, but I still have a tight control over the High Shu of the family hierarch.
But I thought you were arresting every member of the Shi family without even questioning them.
What was it again? That leaders must take good care of those who are in the same boat as them? Why would any hierarch go around arresting innocent people of H-Corp left and right, unnecessarily making more enemies for themselves? I sure don't plan on doing that.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Ryoshu, Ishmael, Otis.
TKTDWK. Teaching kids to deal with kids, she says. Ugh. Looks like your manager's not the only one who needs a translator. I would have liked to teach a particularly bloody art class, but that AL black hair discarded my lesson plan.
Yeah, no, I don't think your lesson plan would have flown even if Zilu wasn't there, artless or otherwise.
In today's class, I'll sink if you're a UA. What? But I'll SCIN if you're a UC. Huh? I'll snap your neck completely if you're an unruly adult. But I'll soothe, coax, and nurture if you're an unruly child. Did you guys rehearse this or something? Am I getting pranked right now?
That is a fair assumption when someone runs up to you and goes, when someone is spelling the alphabet at you, I mean, yeah, I would think it's a prank too.
No, not at all. Just listen carefully. Evaluate the context, and there you have it.
What context? What context was I supposed to evaluate?
Let the art do the talking. MTL, kids. Yeah. There's much to learn. Class is about to begin. Bring the class material, attendant.
First of all, hi, Zyron. Don't know why you're here. Second of all, the child? Why do we have a literal child here?
Yes. Upon the venerable family hierarch's orders, I have brought a child from the Wang family.
Why is No, wait. What? You brought a who from a what family upon whose orders?
Too many travel restrictions here, so I borrowed the rich kid's attendant. You've been bringing her along to get you to places, huh?
No, I mean, just what do you mean you brought that kid on my orders?
Ryoshu snuffed out her cigarette, opened the window to clear out the smoke. Well, you're more polite than Gregor was. Dusted off her clothing a few times, and only then brought the child to the elevated platform in front of the class. The kid's kinda trembling and anxious looking. Gee, it's almost like he was kidnapped by some crazy woman who's singing the alphabet at him and about how much she's gonna turn him into art.
I extend my greetings to the venerable hierarch.
Oh, that kid's scared out of his mind.
Memories of childhood are important. They're the experience that shape your future. Observe and learn.
What's up with you acting serious all of a sudden?
Though I do agree that childhood memories are important. My memories with Big Brother Bayou are what... Anyways, moving on. You heard nothing. The point is, I think becoming approachable to kids here might help prevent a lot of potential future conflicts. But you've got your work cut out for you. Children of Dongyuan are extremely wary of anyone who's not in their immediate family. Even worse, you pretty much tricked that kid here using my name. He must be terrified. And I imagine his parents must have given him a whole lot of warnings too. I'll give you a demonstration. Behold. Laughing and playing with children brought back fond memories of my own childhood.
Alright, hang on a minute. It's theory crafting time. Mr. I don't remember his name, but the huge boss fight that freaking Giakiyu absolutely demolished. That guy. He mentioned that Ryoshu had left her child. Right? So isn't it interesting that she seems to understand how to get on a child's good side? Like, I'm not necessarily saying she's motherly. That's, no, but, like, isn't that interesting that she's at least good with kids? And he mentioned that she had left a child behind. Now, I assumed that he had meant her sword. Which, to be fair, he very well might have. But isn't that an interesting correlation? Now, I was told, right, Giakiyu was worried that Ryoshu was, like, gonna walk the path of the Azura, which is, like, the demon. I'm told Azura, it means demon. But what if it is she has a kid, and the kid is the key to make her not do that? Huh? Interesting theory. Anyway, we get 22 Ren.
Yippee! Wow, he's really taking a liking to her. Yeah, he wouldn't stop crying when we tried to get him to calm down. Besides, how's she even doing that with her hands? Not even masters of martial arts move like that.
Ryoshi was practically giving him no time for any other distractions, or even a moment to cry. She was taking care of that kid almost effortlessly. She was employing all kinds of tactics, including, but not limited to, ventriloquism, kongzu, a traditional Hangguan toy, fan tricks, sugared fruits, and eventually...
Don't pull too hard.
The child ended up piggybacking on Ryoshi, the fear he showed earlier gone without a trace.
Never would have imagined Ryoshi would be so good at this. Neat.
And with the exact same expression as her usual one, Ryoshi was gently caressing the child. Well, to be more exact, she was giving him a gentle pat.
But I think I get it. Showering kids with tasty stuff and gifts isn't the best way to go about it. What's important is helping them understand just what kind of person I am. Yeah, the kid's really on edge for his age. I'd start to make some progress, but whenever he suspected that I was lying or something, he'd just immediately go back to being on guard. That's also because it's a Dongyuan kid. Kids don't survive in this place for very long if they're not quick on the uptake.
Venerable Hierarch, may I ask you something?
Well, asking's free, but I gotta tell you, it's gonna depend on what you're about to ask, whether I can help you or not.
Huh?
Wrong move, rookie hierarch.
Why say all that when
TWDT. You don't get the immaculacy of succinct abbreviations.
Ryoshi grabbed the child's shoulders, brought him before Chichun, then, in her usual curtness, spoke precisely 2 words to the confused child, and that seemed to do the trick.
Speak, kid.
It's, my big sis said that when the family hierarch war is over, I can finally play with tons of friends. But their parents told them to stay inside because it's too dangerous outside. My cousin says you're the biggest and the baddest of Hangguan, Venerable Hierarch. So I wanted to ask if you can make Dongyuan safe. I want to play with my friends.
Gotcha. I'll review your suggestion positively. She says she'll totally make that happen.
Sometime later, after Zyron guided the child out of the classroom, I found Chichun whispering something to herself.
You've got a lot on your plate, huh? Dealing with restructuring days is just one of them. I was gonna try and improve the safety of this place anyway, whether he asked me to or not. Safe enough for a kid like that to run around the market all on his own. A place where he doesn't have to be afraid to go outside.
And now we immediately go to another class! Yippee! Adventure time! And now we go outside! Yeah! Learn some threats and intimidating expressions. We are frightening everyone! And we also got a little bit more morale. Yay, 1 defense level. That's all we get. Okay, let's think. 8, 16, 21. That puts us into negative. So we want a combo that will give us some morale back. So let's have Otis. So that's +7, +7. Good. Let's have... This is +7, +7. And then this is +11. Yeah, it seems good to me. Good spread. With only a few words, I managed to convince the target to spill all the beans. 21, 21, 3. Okay. More morale, good stuff. Managed to understand the troubles most foot soldiers go through. Yippee. 3, 21, 21. 22, 4, and 4. Good. Good stuff. Chichun's Jin Gang Bolus passive has improved, and she gained an offense level. Her Crimson Spring has also improved, and she's gained an additional level. Well, we're about to get a ton of morale back, so here's what we're gonna do. 7-7, 7-7. Even spread. And then Rodion is gonna be giving us an additional 5. So, I mean, this seems like a pretty good spread to me. So what? We get 14, 16, 13, and then 10? That's not too bad. That pretty much keeps us even in all three. Maybe we don't want to be going even, though. Although that kind of just seems like the best way to go about it. Here's what we'll do tomorrow, right? Well, tomorrow, in-game. What I want to do, we want to have the biggest stat spread. So, tomorrow, we'll go with Faust, Ishmael, and Yisong. Because that's 11-2-2, 11-2-2, and another 11-2-2. That right there, that's big value. That is colossal value. Okay, so I checked the recording length. Woo boy. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of certainly a lot of content in this mode, but we are halfway through, so technically, because we are, I think, gonna start not having dialogue here soon, we should be able to absolutely blitz through the second half. You know something? Everyone communicates with their eyes even before they talk. So, you better pay attention to what their eyes are saying. Oh my god, they're gambling. Great. That's really great, but I don't know, it kind of feels like an oddly specific subject to be talking about, especially when we're sitting around a gambling table. Sinclair, given the time limit, this just happened to be the fastest and clearest method of demonstrating and training your abilities to control your emotions. I swear, I had no ulterior motive. I was practically forced to do this. Ah, wait! Stop glaring at us like that and join us at the table!
I am only briefly visiting my lady to pick up some paperwork, as there is still much work to be done. I'll be leaving in no time.
Come on, Guy. You know this game needs 4 players.
I refuse your invitation. I must say, it's ridiculous of you to force my lady to partake in such a base activity. And what audacity to invite me as well.
Oh, so you think you don't have a chance, huh? Wow, and here I thought you'd at least be better than me at this game. Fine, fine, I get it. Don't play a game you have a snowball's chance of winning. It's a good philosophy. I subscribe to it.
Do you seriously think your shallow, obvious attempts at goading me into playing this game will work?
Huh? Huh? What? Sorry, Scrub says what?
So, Wei joined the table.
Alrighty.
I cannot. How did that work? Buddy, you used to be a member of the High Shoe, and you fall to that? Oh my god. You've been out of the game for too long there, buddy. Then again, they're more fixated on fighting than talking, but still. Also, I love Chichun's expression. She's like,
We have to gamble at this stupid table for a lesson.
what? Very good. Very, very good.
Alrighty, the lesson's pretty straightforward. You 3 will work together to ensure that I don't win this game. In other words, make sure I'm not number 1 by the end of it.
Well, that seems easy enough.
But be warned, I have this special power to read into your minds without hearing even a word out of your mouths. Let me give you a demonstration. Let's see. Sinclair, I can see the corners of your lips twitching while your eyes are suspiciously wandering over there. You're looking to form a pang, aren't ya? Ugh. And Chichun, you... And you want this dong tile I've got. Now I know to never, ever discard this tile. How'd you know? Honestly, it would have been tougher for us to not know. You can let yourself be anxious, sure. But don't ever, ever let it peek through. The moment someone smells your weakness, they're gonna eat you right up. And Wei, you...
He's got the glowing glasses. There's no eyeball vision of him.
Using the glittery glasses to hide your eyes, huh? This isn't gonna be easy.
Your greatest mistake tonight was allowing me a seat at this table. I already know the ready hand you've got there.
Oh, you do? Not bad. But you're just as much of an open book, my guy. You just need that one zong tile, don't ya? Sorry, not sorry. You're not getting that tile, 'cause it's not there.
Oh, good. I love that. She's keeping it. She's like, oh my god, buddy, we still gotta do this.
Gang. I see. You called gang meld so that you could claim the zong, which was the rearmost tile, didn't you? Heh.
Does that, by any chance, imply that you somehow know the location of every tile in this game?
Nah, no way. I just have the sixth sense for bad vibes.
Very well. Never once did I think that I would ever step back into this dark world of shadows, but... Hup! Very well. Then I'll be setting this wah aside and...
Woo! I'm impressed.
And then this is where we zoom in on Chichun.
I'm not. This is a waste of time.
Oh my goodness.
They're way too intense. I can hardly get involved.
Guys, isn't this supposed to be a class for us?
Shh, my lady. The importance of this moment could not be overstated.
I see. Swapped out your ready hand, didn't ya?
What do you think?
3 hua tiles in a row, huh? I see you've got some innate luck, too. Very well, then. I'll have to wager it all on this wand suit.
I won!
I'm sure it's Hugh or something, but still.
That's a Queen Yao Jiu hand! Your downfall was written the moment you forced me to discard Zong!
Ah, darn. I lost that, huh? Well played.
Did you see that, my lady?
Uh-huh. I apologize for that vulgar display, my lady. I will bring some tea. Wei, victorious, stumbles out of the room with his shoulders slumped. I won, but at what cost? Huge success in class. What does that mean? I didn't just learn how to hide my feelings, I learned how to make whatever expression I want. Finally won a round against Radia. Is that what we learned? Because I feel like that's definitely not what we learned. Either way, we get a ton of stats, so can't complain about that. Bowls, cool. 14, 2, and 21. Then, you're not even looking at us. Learn some threats and intimidating expressions. Yippee! 14, 14, 2. Oh. Oh, and she's leveled up to Master. Cool. 881. Crimson Phoenix third form has improved, and foul torture technique passive. Oh wait, that's actually just a brand new passive. Wait a minute. POW torture techniques. If target has blind. If they're blind, you gain clash power up. If they have bind or bleed, gain 1 clash power up next turn, up to 2 times per turn. Cool. Well, we're gonna do what I said. 11, 11, 11. Go, 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 go. Yippee! Recreate 37. Holy moly. Yep, that's good. And you've leveled up to Master. Then we're more true to ourselves. 4, 4, 26. Oh yeah. There's a chance we fail this one, but we don't. 7, 34, and 7. Very nice. Okay, we do have to work on morale now, though, because it is low. Adept Invasion skill has improved. Crimson Strike Rupture has improved. We've learned the Widening Knowledge passive, and we gain 1 level. Let's see, Widening Knowledge, what is that? Before attack, the targeted enemy gains +1 blunt resist. What? We just make them take a full more damage? That's crazy good. Hello? Okay, hang on. What's some more combos that we don't know? Okay, what if we go pure morale? What if we just go boom, boom, boom? Let's see what this gives us. All the way back up to full. Whoa! Okay, wait. Dawn and Radia gives you 50% more to all stats, but minus 10% success. Oof. That sucks. That sucks real bad. But then this gives an extra 40%, so I guess that's just really unlucky. Okay, so we get 6, 6, 15. Good stuff. 10, 4, 4. That's... Yeah, we gained 60 more health. Okay, that's... What we gain from that, honestly, does not seem worth running all 3 of them. So, hang on. So if we go all the way to the bottom... oh, actually, a lot of these are probably from people we don't have. But if we have Dawn and Radia, 50% to all stats does sound really good. We could do Gregor. I don't know. Do we need to figure out all the combos? Like, maybe. Maybe we do. Because I imagine that's how we're getting some of the extra passive, so, I heard from Big Bro that you sent your coins to Big Brother Kiyu.
Every hand once in circulation goes round and round until it eventually returns to their original owners.
I also heard that some of the Wang family helped with removing the foreign powers from here. Why?
I only wanted to prevent this place from getting robbed blind. I live here, you know. This is where my wealth lies.
Well then, can I ask for your public support?
Oh, I applaud your audacity in thinking someone who just gave you the moon should be asked for the stars as well. Everyone and their mother who knows in whose hands the true political power of Hongwon lies right now. With that in mind, let's say I do announce my public support for you. I'm not going to have a voice to speak with by the time the powers that be are done with me.
Look, if Big Sis Yanchun genuinely believes that I'm not fit to be the family hierarch, then I'll happily remove myself from power. But she's affiliated with Q Corp. Do you seriously believe that she has Han Yuan's best interests at heart, with all those conspiracies she's been weaving under the surface? All those business deals and clearly skewed policies?
I do not. But if you're going to present yourself as the alternative, then you have to be someone concrete enough to rely on. Let me just say that about half of the board of directors' votes may as well be considered abstaining votes. They're keeping their silence because they're afraid of Jia Yanchun's retaliation. So, your remaining task is to convert those silence votes in your favor. Oh, not shaken at all. Not shaken by that at all, huh? I thought you'd get that lost and wandering look in your eyes.
Guess I'll have to work on my poker face.
No, most people would have failed to pick that up. You've certainly changed since the evaluation. Your growth shows a lot of promise. Maybe that's why he handed his coins over to you. Well, I guess that's not the only thing he handed over to you, I suppose.
Han Yuan's tomorrow.
Anyways, I should probably do as I'm told for now. My cousin will be your opponent today.
I won't accept you as my hierarch just yet. Fight me and prove that you're at least better than I am. Only then I'll accept you.
Wing King Shan.
Alright, I'll read them out. I was gonna say, do I even need to read these out? Yeah, alright. On use, find a power +1 for every 4 rupture on the target, max of 3. On use, clash power +1 for every 30% missing HP on self, max of 2. On hit, inflict 2 rupture and 2 rupture count. On hit, inflict 10 Omen Talisman. Then, find a power +1 for every 4 rupture on the target, max of 3. Clash power +1 for every 30% HP missing on self, max of 2. On hit, inflict 3 rupture and 2 rupture count. On hit, inflict 2 rupture. And on hit, reduce Omen Talisman on target by 2. Spirit Talisman School, Deathrite Doll. Find a power +1 for every 4 rupture on the target, max of 4. On hit, inflict 3 rupture and count. And on hit without cracking, reduce Omen Talisman by 5. That's a lot of gluttony damage. Find a power +1 for every 4 rupture on the target, max of 4. Deal 50% less damage, and you cannot stagger if you lose a clash. Inflict 1 rupture and 10 Omen Talisman. Inflict 1 rupture count and 10 Omen Talisman. And if it doesn't break, blow them up. Wicked Energy. When inflicting Omen Talisman on an enemy, if the target already has Omen Talisman, consume up to 3 on the target and inflict the same value as defense level down. This turn and next. Panic, ends encounter. Slightly relieved burdens. Turn start, heal 5 SP. At 20 plus SP, gain 1 attack power up. Burden of Responsibility. If this unit's HP drops below 50% or less in this encounter, starting from the next turn, gain 2 damage up. Every scene. Okay. Well, you can definitely tell she's getting more confident because she's actually talking now. Interesting. We actually saw a little card there. She's becoming a real fighter. Big crit. Nope. Are you serious? 10 poise, no crit? This one has to crit. There's no way it doesn't. Easy crit. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a fight. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. She absolutely crushed that time.
What? Do you have something to say to my face? Yeah, don't give my little brother your crap.
Your little brother?
You know who I'm talking about. Do you have any idea of the mess you left behind when you yoinked that kid away?
Oh no. That Buzz Kid. Yeah, why not? Was her little brother.
You can barely even hold on to your seat, which you're about to lose soon anyway, and you have the gall to give him false hope. I know it's all just politics to you, but kids really believe you, you know? I heard from the kid that you seem relieved upon hearing what I said. Told me you were happy, for once, to hear that he had a fun time, after being barred from playing with his friends and how things are in Hangyuan. Shut up. Besides, it's not all just hot air. What?
I wasn't making an empty promise when I said I will change Hanyuan to be a place where everyone can live without fear. And for that, I'm going to protect my seat of power, no matter what it takes. You'll fail. Not with you on my side. We all know what Big Sister Yanchun's Hanyuan looks like. It'll be exactly the same in essence, and will be the same for the foreseeable future. Tell me, are you sure you're okay with handing over that same burden we've carried all our lives to your little siblings? No, of course not. Wang Qishan left in a hurry. But that look in her eyes told me that there was conflict brewing in her. It's Heathcliff time! What am I looking at? What am I looking at? What is that?
Right, lads, listen up. This ain't gonna be like them boring old classes you've been sitting through. You've gotta leave the desk behind once in a while to learn some real-life lessons, yeah? Right, so here's the deal. You want to break their morale before the brawl even begins.
Brawl?
Learn this by heart, and you'll be kicking those left, right, and center.
That's not exactly what I'm looking for. So, Heathcliff, I've gotta ask this question. Something about your club seems, different today. Looks a lot more colorful, too.
Oh, lad catches on quick.
Gee, I wonder why he caught on to that so fast.
That Wade bloke said something about us swinging a real club might come off as too threatening, and confiscated it.
That high-tech weapon cries boop when it hits people.
I see.
Oi! Don't you underestimate me just because I'm holding a different bludgeon. Let's get on with it. Straighten your shoulders. Eyes wide open. Let's get cracking.
Oh no. Dude, why can't we have this as a real... This should have been the April Fool's weapon! Oh my god, imagine if every Heathcliff ID had this on April Fool's. Oh, it would have been so good! You know what? Actually, hear me out. Hear me out. This is the perfect April Fool's thing. Say nothing, but replace every single sinner's weapons with a meme weapon. Heathcliff gets the boop hammer. Let's say... Oh, Otis gets a pool noodle. Does that not sound amazing? Dude, imagine Mersault, instead of his big old glove, it's one of those, okay, hang on. You know when you were a kid and you had like those super big, like, you know, really soft, fake, massive gloves? Have one of those. The Hulk hands, or the Thing hands, depending on, you know, what you played with. Oh, it'd be so good. With that, Heathcliff triumphantly raised his newfound weapon toward the sky, and it made a small boop noise. I learned the art of mad dogging and decisive action. Oh boy. Oh wow, a ton of Yang though. That's always good. Now we get to play a game. Yippee! More Yang! We're actually almost caught up, jeez. Now we've leveled up to Master! I was completely absorbed in the exhilarating tales. Yippee! And another Master is made. Cool. Okay. We do get extra passives if people are made into Masters. So we do actually want to use everyone. Okay, fair enough. Third form has improved. The Hierarch of Han Yuan has improved. We gained another offense level. We learned the Spirit of Fixer's passive and the Tianya Sword passive. Okay, in that case, let's go boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Now, as for that passive, let's take a look. Hierarchy, ooh, cool. Widening knowledge. Spirit of Fixers removes the first stagger threshold from this unit. That is actually insane. When hit, gain 1 protection, 1 offense level, and heal 3 SP once per turn. Oh! Turn end, at 15 plus poise potency, have poise potency and gain the following effects. All allies, including this unit, heal 10 HP and 3 SP, and halves all negative effects. That's pretty good. That right there, that is value. Now, let's see if we can get even more, shall we? Ooh, plus 50%. I had a very precious time with my inner self. Okay, Tana Yang. We get a master. 50%. Oh, but only for Gia, really? I saw right through every assassination attempt. Yeah, Sinclair did get less. Oh, that's actually kind of... Oh, but then he gets 50% more here. Okay, alright. Laughing and playing with children brought back fond memories of my own childhood. Okay, we're kind of even. We're a little off now, but it's fine. Minimum and maximum speed has gone up. Also, I just saw who our new master is. Very big question mark. We'll get to that in a second. Crimson Phoenix 4th Form Key has improved. Gia Gang Bolus has improved. The Inner Self passive has been learned. We gained a level, and we learned Crimson Cleave. Alright, let's take a look at that. Which one? Base power +1 for every 3 rupture on the target, max of 2. Inflict 3 bleed. Inflict 3 offense level down. On crit, gain 2 poise count. Heads hit, inflict 2 bleed. On hit, inflict 3 defense level down. On crit, gain 2 poise. Also, that new passive, which one was that? That was... nothing. It was just an improvement. Okay. Well, we have to have him. So that's a big old question mark, but we're just gonna ignore that. Then, let's do Heathcliff. And no. And Radia. You know what? Let's change our order. Let's do Radia, and then Heathcliff. This class. After an uncharacteristic pause, Zilu continued. Will be taught by a guest lecturer who has been invited for your tutelage. A guest ouch. A guest lecturer? I wasn't informed of this. Where are they? I don't know. Maybe they're lost?
That little bird told me that the venerable hierarch will give me a bottle of top-notch cloudy wine, straight from Don Yuan's brewer. Woo-wee! There any truth to that, folks?
That guy?
Yeah. Stopping by to see if I can leave some liquor at this party. Don Yuan's an awfully miserly place, but you'd spare a shot of liquor for this poor old drifter, won't you?
Well, you're clearly not just any poor old drifter. Are you guys acquainted?
He ambushed us in our room after the first round of the family hierarch war was over.
He what? The family hierarch war has been over for a while, and everyone in Hongwan knows who the winner is. How dare a mongrel like you, who only knows how to mooch off of other families, set foot in here? Looks like I'm going to have to give my clan a stern talking to. How could they let slip a drunk assassin like...
I see that our youthful hierarch is plenty suspicious. I have been a guest in many places, but please, I'm no moocher. Put your worries to rest. I'm only a drunkard who enjoys a cool swig of liquor with scenic landscapes as my bar. The sky's my ceiling and the dirt is my bed.
The man who had introduced himself as a night drifter of the Drunken Palm leaped down, landing with dexterity that betrayed the rags he wore as clothing. and the terrible stench of liquor emanating from him.
Is he seriously? Bad news, Miss Chichun. Apparently Yanchun's bestowed upon you a new master. Huh? Big Sister Yanchun? She also wanted us to deliver the message that she was sending a master because, and I quote, I feel a deep sense of trepidation and pity for my dearest little sister, the neophyte hierarch, who must be struggling left and right without a proper master.
So he's here to sabotage and spy. Gotcha.
Wow, I am beside myself with gratitude. So that's a supposed teacher, this mysterious guy with a mysterious allegiance who might stab us in the back at any time.
As you said, the family hierarchy war's over, and even mongrels of Hong Yuan know who has the legitimacy here. The incident during the contest was nothing more than business. A job to take care of in return for what compensation they gave me. I hope you don't carry that grudge in your heart. I'm sure you didn't harm your rivals in the family hierarchy war out of, personal vendetta, did you? Sometimes business is just business. I killed young Master Bayou, for they promised to pay off my bar tab. And I'm here to give the hierarchy a lesson, for they promised to pay off my future tabs. There's nothing to be gained by taking your anger out on a gig worker, living hand to mouth like myself, don't you think?
Yes, there is.
I'll advise that the optics and the consequences of rejecting a master sent to us by Jia Yanchun herself is not going to look too good. I know. It's only going to make me look worse. I'd rather not give her more ammunition to take me down. And you there will have eyes tracking your every move, so don't do anything that might rouse unnecessary suspicion.
Ooh-wee, ain't that a threat? I can hardly taste the wine before such hostility.
Despite Sawda's dead serious warning, the Night Drifter's response was only a hearty chortle.
Now, before I begin the lesson, I'd like to get an idea of where my 2B pupils are. Now, you give me a demonstration, if you will. Swing away. That's enough.
But I was just getting started?
Your form is flawed and your breathing is hollow. Need I see more? Flawed forms often find flawed hearts. In other words, your martial arts prowess is amateurish.
What the heck? Is this guy serious? I have never had a single master who had anything bad to say about my form.
Your arms are straight, legs supporting your stance are solid and sturdy. Indeed. Most masters would not bother themselves to find fault there. But let me pose this question. Are you, my venerable pupil, satisfied with martial arts that are made to dispatch unskilled peasants and no more?
Huh? I'm having a lot of fun with this voice, by the way. You know what? I'm having a lot of fun with this voice. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it very much. Don't worry, I'm sure he won't be on screen for much longer, but I'm having fun with it.
Here's more to this than raw strength. Now, take a swing at me instead.
Alright, you asked for it.
Chichun takes a powerful swing at the Night Drifter.
Oh, your mind outpaces your body. Your intent more transparent than a glass globe. And your edge is dull, for it has very little heart for feints.
But he deftly weaves his way between her strikes, which fail to even touch the tip of his ragged cloak.
Oh, you're far too eager to strike. Focus singularly on your opponent, with force distributed unevenly across your body. So, you'll fail to cut and gain a little hole as comeuppance.
Then the Night Drifter pokes Chichun's back with the twig.
Everyone vying for the seat of the family hierarch has to go through it eventually. The first kill. Some say the earlier the better. Mine was when I was 13. Not too early, not too late. Just right. It's already been a few years since my foolish brother's locked himself in his chamber. Last I heard, he was bedridden for a week after ingesting some poison someone had sent to prank him. I'm not going to live like that, dummy!
Try to relax your body, won't you? You have a weapon, yeah, but, oh.
I did not think he would make that noise, but I was trying to do like a, oh, I just finished my drink, kind of deal, but alright, yeah.
But one mustn't singularly focus on the opponent. Do try to reflect upon yourself and relax. Let the unnecessary strength go. Let it flow out your body. Tensing up as you do will naturally shrink your mind, narrow your vision.
Hey, wait. Should I send Big Bro a silver spoon or something? It wasn't that bad this time, but what if they give him a way worse poison next time?
You know young Master Bayou won't accept your gift, my lady. I doubt he's even seeking the culprit now.
So stupid. Zero interest in anything practical. Zero ambition. What a silly, pathetic attitude to have. Just how...
But, my lady, it wasn't practicality that guided you when you chose to save my life over maintaining your control over the Wu branch.
Some seek the state of Anata, the non-self, but what they seek is the path of Azura, which I'm told is the path of a demon, reserved for the likes of blade fiends. You must learn to let go of everything, except for the self.
What kind of life is to live without stepping over others?
Let it all go. The gazes, the pressures, all of it. Instead, face yourself and only yourself. And feel how light it all becomes.
After some thought, Chichun's form visibly relaxes. It wasn't just her form that relaxed. Her pursed lips seemed to have found peace as well.
Yeah, she's got it. Well, then what should we do about you, my overconfident proud pupil? Will you maintain your grave and cocky silence?
I wasn't being cocky.
If my memories haven't failed me yet, let's see. Take a look and see. You were one of young Master Giabayu's underlings, correct?
Underling. Yeah, however you want to call it, I guess.
Sinclair replied with a resigned sigh.
Now, just why do you think it was you, specifically you, among his 12 underlings were chosen to take this class alongside the young hierarch?
I need to take a break. I need a breather, but I'll have none. Sinclair momentarily flashed a flustered expression, taken off guard by the stranger's sudden, pointed question. But he soon regained his composure and replied.
Well, who else beside me would ever go along with these lesson plans? Don's gonna ditch the classes out of boredom, same goes for Radia, and Otis will try and take over the classes. Not to mention what it'd look like to have Heathcliff here, and...
Such a loquacious list of excuses.
This voice is making me
Cough. Struck a nerve, did I? How come you know so little about yourself? Even less than what I've already learned about you.
What are you talking about?
A bird that has failed to break its shell in time will rot within its confines.
I still don't understand what you're talking about.
Even as he said so, Sinclair's expression seemed more like anxiety than confusion to me.
Prepare yourself to flit away before the rain. You won't get another chance should you miss the opportunity.
Then the night drifter giggled flippantly, the suddenly serious attitude nowhere to be seen.
Been a while since I let myself babble on for this long. I suppose I can credit my foolish pupils for that. Prepare to swing away.
Great. I meditated to empty everything except for the self. I'm still getting there, but I think I got the idea. Ooh, whoa, 16 to all three. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough, we take those. So time, oof. Barely any growth, but we are back to full morale now. Gained an understanding of how we can break the enemy's morale. I don't think we're gonna hit 1,000 and everything. We're not quite getting there in time. Let's see, 7-7, 7-7. Yeah. We want to get as many passives as possible. I think so. If we're not gonna max out all three, we may as well just max out our passives. Yeah, it might be worth it. We'll see. Honglu! Yippee! Wow, look at that. 14-2-14. Yeah! Okay. Trench Warfare, 2-14-14. Good, good, good. My War Tales leveled up to Master. Okay. Learn the Art of Mad Dogging, 6, 33, and 6. Nice! Crimson Strike 3rd Form has improved, and How to Prepare for War passive. Let's see what that is. Also level 55. We're certainly not doing bad. How to prepare... Ah, there it is. Encounter start. Heal 10 SP, gain 2 offense level and 2 defense level up. That is a really good opener. That is, like, legit. Now, still gotta level everyone up. So let's go Heathcliff. No. Let's go Mersault, Heathcliff. Yeah, and then we do here. Okay, let's try. Class over. 15-6-6. Good stuff. We're back to full morale. He leveled up to Master, so now we don't need to worry about that. Gain an understanding. Good, good, good. 4-22-4. Okay, another Master. 14-2-14. And another passive. Okay, Master, Master, Master. Wonderful. How to Survive passive, Apathetic Response passive, and My Bestie and Arrival passive. Let's take a look at those. Hey, the more passives, the better. How to Survive. In this encounter, when the unit takes the damage that brings him down to 0, nullify it. Then, this unit's HP cannot drop below 1 for the turn, once per encounter. Oh yeah. That is amazing. So we ignore the first stagger, and we ignore the first death. Apathetic Response. When other allies are hit, gain 1 offense level up. Then, gain 2 haste next turn, once per turn. And My Bestie and Arrival. If Sinner Sinclair is participating in this battle, this unit and Sinclair both gain 2 offense level up and 2 defense level up. Does not count if he's a backup unit. I see. Okay. Let me see how long we... Oh no, it's Zombie Guy. Dang! Am I glad I got my head screwed back on. It's a precious sight to watch everyone all freaking out about this child's play. All the missed news I've been hearing since I opened my eyes in the recovery room sound very enticing. I really wish I was there to watch it all. That's kind of how he talks. I'm kind of there. Half the family heads getting arrested for treason. The seat of the family hierarch going to some inexperienced kid from the Gia family. Not to mention how my lovely little sister had her engagement called off, and how she's been branded as a traitor to her own blood.
All the entertainment in the world seems to have happened during my little nap, don't you think? You didn't even show your face at the regular assembly, so I doubt you've any concern for the future of Hong Yuan. So just what are you doing here? I just thought I'd have some fun.
So, effectively, you just want the chance to kill her. Zwaypan! Oh, dang. On hit, inflict 2 rupture. On hit, inflict 3.
What is this foolish pretend fight?
On hit, inflict 1 fragile. Next scene. ... If target has 3 plus types of negative effects, space power +1, coin power +1 for every 6 rupture on the target, max at 2. On clash, lose, gain 1 fragile. On hit, inflict 2 rupture count and deal 5 SP damage, then inflict 3 rupture and 5 more.
What is this child's play?
On use, heal 15 SP. If target has 3 plus types of negative effects, base power +1. On hit, inflict +1 rupture count. As for passive, sparring. Oh, so you are actually playing by the rules. Alright, fair enough. Returning the pain. Deal more damage based on missing health.
Rule by fear.
If the target has less than 0 SP, deal even more damage the further the target's SP is from 0. Ooh, that is a big passive.
It's going to be so much fun.
Gain 1 offense level up and 1 defense level up every time any target gains a negative effect. Just a determination, we saw that. You deal extra damage, panic recovery. Alright. Alright, get him, Gia. You are so unbelievably gigabuffed that you should just be able to win all of these very decisively.
자,
Bonk, bing.
알고 있는 걸 전부 말해.
Good stuff.
봉황의 날개처럼.
Okay, Otis's teachings coming into play.
그 해결사의 역경을 비우면
I like how she's talking about all of her classes now, as like they get mastery.
나 자신을 들여다봐야 해.
As they get mastery, she focuses on all their teachings. That's very nice. Also, god dang, she is doing some damage to him.
Behold, you're finished.
Spin?
Ah! Jeez, her damage is doing so, like,
Wonderful amounts right now.
지도자라면 동료를 포기하지 않아.
Wow, even had to call the fight early.
Why stop now? Decapitate me like my last death, or stab me in the heart. Cut my limbs to ribbons.
You know, as much as I agree with, well, you, she's probably smart for not doing that, as satisfying as it would be, because if she does, don't you think that'd look bad? In fact, horrendous on her? Listen, this duel's just a spar, okay? We don't have to kill each other for this to end.
Now isn't this frustrating? You have the opportunity of a lifetime right before your eyes, and you're too weak to use it. You have everyone who fights you on every step of your way coming to you, practically presenting their heads on a silver platter. And you're just gonna let them slink away with these scratches?
Get your act together. Family hierarch war's over. And I'm not gonna kill someone just because they're being a bit uncooperative.
Get real. Do you have any idea how long it'll take for you to gain even a morsel of power by playing this fool's game? Hey, want to hear a little tip on how you can firmly establish your position as the family hierarch? Kill me in the most horrible, painful, hideous way you can imagine. And hang my corpse by the entrance of that assembly hall over there. Use me to send a clear message.
Okay, buddy. I get it. It's your kink to die, but she's not doing it. Isn't that right, Chichun?
And station every single one of your high-shoe facts between every pillar at the assembly hall. And if anyone dares to speak out against you, snip! Chop off their heads before they can get even another word out.
5 days. It'll only take 5 days before everyone starts eating out of your hand.
And that's how you establish yourself as a hierarch.
Fear is power.
No, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm here to make Hangyuan a place where its people can live without fear. I thought you of all people might understand. I remember how you used to hate hurting people, more so than anyone else.
Man, what a boring answer. That was duller than even my dullest expectations. It'll only take a few years until you break, until you become just like them.
Just like the family hierarchs of the past who couldn't help but ruthlessly weed out
Any seeds of resistance.
just how many people here do you think still have any grip on their sanity? Maybe I'm only a few years away from becoming an idiot shuffling aimlessly around Danyuan. I can only hope that I won't be a slobbering mess by the time that happens. If something entertaining's gonna happen, I can only hope that it happens while I'm still sane.
Sui Pan sauntered away, but Chichun found it difficult to move on. Excellent work, my lady. You have passed the 4th exam with flying colors. You've certainly crushed them for underestimating you. I am... Oh, arms folded. You're not in a good mood. My lady? Chichun seems deeply engrossed in thought.
Oh my god! Straight down to 0 morale. Oof.
Okay. That's not good. Well, apparently you're gonna go to bed. Or maybe you oversleep in the next class, I don't know. Well, technically, I think the choice would be to do Radya to raise morale, and then Ryoshu to try and get the extra master. And then that's everybody. That's literally everybody marked as a master, I think. Well, alright. However, this episode has been going on for far too long, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Whew, I know this was a bit of a long one with literally nothing but exposition. But hey, in the next one, we are guaranteed going to get some actual progress. Oh, I will say though, this side chapter is way longer. Way longer than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? Like, more content isn't a bad thing. It's just a little bit surprising for a side chapter to be this in-depth. Now, granted, it would be a lot quicker if I was just skipping dialogue and stuff. You know, I know that, but still, surprising nonetheless. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you
In the next one.
bye.